welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Neff.
I'm Melanie Miller.
Melanie, thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Melonie's filling in for Charlie Cotton. He's out. Melanie is one of our photographers on the ground floor, getting all the celebrities, asking questions. Quickly, who's been your favorite person you've interviewed?
Selma Blair.
Ooh, okay.
Legally Blonde.
Oh,
Icon. Died.
Iconic.
True.
We have a lot of topics to go over today. We're going to start with Taylor Swift. This terrifying Vienna terrorist attack. We got new details on how this guy was trying to set it all up. And then we'll get into Hulk Hogan. He could pursue legal action over this new movie that's in the works over the Gawker lawsuit. We have all the details for you on that. Nelly was arrested, but his attorney is ripping police for the casino arrest. We'll tell you what they're saying there. And then lastly, Cate Blanchett claims people barely made anything on Lord of the Rings, and she basically got paid in sandwiches. So we'll get to that as well. All right, starting off, terrifying news in the Taylor Swift universe. There was a terrorist attack that was in the works for her Vienna concert, and police have released some new details about what exactly the plans were. So they arrested somebody outside of the venue in Vienna. One person was actually arrested, and he was actually employed by the venue just days before Taylor came into town. And the man is a 17-year-old suspect. He's the one behind the near disaster in Vienna. He got a job at the Ernest Happel Stadium the days leading up to her shows. And authorities executed a search warrant at the home of one of the suspects and found chemical substances and technical devices. Presumably, these materials were going to be used to make a bomb. She has canceled her shows in Vienna. Basically, the police have said they feel like they've gotten some of it under control, but that there's still possible issues that they're still trying to work on.
I don't think it was Taylor. It was the actual concert venue that canceled.
Oh, okay. Well, Taylor, yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. It's sad.
I'm sure she would have canceled it anyways, though.
Yeah, I think so.
Very scary. Obviously, this makes a lot of people think of the Ariana Grande Manchester bombings that had happened. That was in England at the time. And Taylor does have London shows coming up. Next week, which it's been reported that as of right now, those have not been canceled.
And they're adding security.
Yep.
Extra measures. It's crazy that a 17-year-old can be hired to do security.
Right.
I don't know why they would do that.
I mean, but maybe you can legally work at that age.
I guess, but who are they going to secure?
I don't know what this guy looks like, but he could be a tough cookie.
There's video photo floating around of one of them.
Blurred face, though.
Yeah, right. Blurred face with some scary knives.
Yeah.
Their plans were pretty horrific.
Yeah, absolutely terrifying. Authorities say they feel confident they've minimized the threat of the same attack, but the shows were canceled anyways because of the abstract threat of attack. Austrian officials claim their main suspect, the 19-year-old, has fully confessed to the attack plans, and the suspect felt it morally right to kill people.
Yeah.
Very disturbing. And have we seen her cancel shows in the past? We've seen her cancel
one show in Brazil due to a heat wave. So she did a show the first night, and a young girl died. And then the second night she canceled because she didn't want to put anyone at risk because it was so hot. And then she, from then on, we've seen her just throwing waters to people, keeping an eye on fans at every point in the concert. And it's sad because I do feel like a Taylor Swift concert is so special. And I feel like it's, really the one place where fans can really get together. And, everyone's so nice to each other. And it's just such a loving environment and a unique experience that was stolen from, 200,000 people.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Taylor because of the kids that were stabbed in the UK.
Right.
And then now that their intentions were to stab other people here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's talked about in the past where she carries gunshot in case something happens.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but
something for wounds.
the wounds. Yeah.
And her biggest fear is, like, a terrorist attack, so it just I really don't know how she's handling it, and I don't know how she copes with something like this.
Yeah,
And
that
then
would seem so heavy on you, but also a relief that they caught it ahead of time because if something like that went down, that would be absolutely horrific.
I just, like I mean, I'm going to London next week, and I obviously hope the shows don't get canceled, but I really do feel like that would like, that's, I think, a lot of people's biggest fears, especially living in the US, and I don't know how you, like, get back on stage with, like, the fact that that could have happened. Like, there's a little bit
Right,
of like, survivor's guilt because, like, people in the past that didn't survive and
right.
they were lucky to catch it when they did. I don't know, it's really scary.
Very scary. Moving on to Hulk Hogan. So there's this new movie in the works being put on by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's production company. And the movie is based around Hulk Hogan's famous lawsuit against Gawker, which ultimately took them down. And if you remember, Melanie, the lawsuit was all over this tape that Hulk said he was set up. He was having intercourse with his best friend's wife. A couple other things came out in that tape as well. He sued and won a lot of money at the time, but won for invasion of privacy.
Mhm.
However, now there's a movie being made about it. So, assumingly, he won the lawsuit for
Right.
invasion of privacy. How do you tell a movie when that's still kind of invasion of privacy?
Yeah.
So, I actually spoke to people around Hulk Hogan who told me that right now he feels indifferent because they just announced the movie.
Oof.
They announced that Ben Affleck is actually going to be playing Hulk.
Is
Um,
is he producing the movie?
yeah, mhm.
I feel like this is so strange for Ben Affleck to do because he's like famously a very private person, doesn't like the media, and then to go and make a film about somebody's like very private life is insane to me.
Yeah, and that was another thing I was told is during this whole lawsuit when that was going down, this was like one of the darkest times of Hulk Hogan's life. And right now he's in a really good place where he's got a new wife. He's focusing on his businesses. He's got like a beer line he's been promoting. And even just recently, I guess he found out his local homeless shelter was like in need of new showers and he went in. No one reported it because he didn't tell anybody and, kind of kept it private, but he went in, redid all the showers in this homeless
Oh.
shelter. So he's like in such a good place.
Yeah,
And for this to all be,
rehashed.
exactly, is not something he wants to go through again.
I just don't think that someone should be able to make a movie about someone's life without their permission. It just seems insane.
Yeah, I mean, kind of makes you think of like Pauly Shore going forward with the Richard Simmons
Mhm.
movie, though people know Richard Simmons was very outspoken. He didn't want that movie to ever
Mhm.
be in the works. But then what do? You wait for the person to pass away and then kind of go forward,
I
or
I just think you need permission from either the person or the estate or somebody, like,
yeah,
I just think it feels so wrong to be able to be like, "I wanna wake up today and make a movie about Taylor Swift," and it be completely wrong or whatever.
right,
Like, it's
right,
crazy.
sensationalized.
Yeah.
So, our sources also tell us that when they figure out what exactly is going to be in the movie, how they're going to be telling his story, he could possibly take legal action. If he feels a line has been crossed, whether it's like, photos of a scene that comes out that makes him feel not good, or maybe they wait till the movie comes out and he watches it and he's like, oh no, that makes me feel horrible. He could easily take legal action.
How like, legal action in what way? Like, suing for
Yeah, I mean, invasion of privacy.
Mhm.
Again, he won the first time. Presumably, he could win again. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Moving on to Nelly. Oh my God, this is so crazy. So he was arrested, and now his attorney is ripping police. They're firing back after the rapper was arrested at a Missouri casino. They say he was targeted by an overzealous, out of line officer. So basically, Nelly's attorney is saying that Nelly had won a jackpot at the casino, Hollywood Casino in St. Charles on Wednesday morning. And then an arresting officer reportedly falsely told Nelly that they needed to run a background check before giving him his money. And apparently, police came back and turned up an active warrant for no insurance for Nelly, which Nelly's team is saying he was given no notice
I
of
don't
this
even think
warrant.
Nelly drives, by the way. He's, like, driven everywhere.
Well, I mean, I don't know what this is, but yeah, maybe that's the case. Apparently, it was from a previous traffic stop conducted by Maryland Heights Police. So he was informed of this warrant, and the officer handcuffed Nelly. And the crazy part to me is that there was some crazy drug charge as well. They claimed that they went through his things and they found alleged ecstasy. But Nelly's attorney says he has not been charged with drug possession, and the attorney is confident the case will go nowhere.
It does feel very out of
Feels a little
line.
set up.
Yes.
I mean, imagine like you're at a high where you're like, I just won the jackpot. Like, how often does that happen?
Never.
Like, never.
I just lost $500 in Vegas.
No. And then you're there, you're waiting to collect your winnings, and then they put handcuffs on you. I would be like, is this a joke?
It truly feels like a man on a power trip. That like, I hate everything about this.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for him. This is so messed up.
I do feel bad for him, but also like, was there an active warrant? I mean, they say there was, but like, how would you not know if there's an active warrant for you?
I mean, maybe he drives, maybe he doesn't. I've got him out, and he's regularly being driven by people.
Yeah,
So
but same with Justin Timberlake, and look what happened there.
True.
Yeah.
Fair. I just feel like, I mean, sometimes you get a ticket and you forget about it.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us.
Mel, I hope you're not forgetting your tickets.
Oh my God, I have
Pay
one
your
coming up.
tickets, Mel. Pay your tickets.
I have to pay one in October. Don't forget.
How many tickets do you get a month?
It's so hard. I drive around all day.
And you just park in like red line areas?
Oh, parking tickets I'd never pay. Please.
Oh,
I got a text and drive ticket.
Oh, no. Everyone, there's probably a warrant out for Melanie's arrest. Melanie's going to get handcuffed after this podcast.
I have one more parking ticket till I get a boot.
Oh, my God.
Hard out there for a girl.
Okay.
I feel for Nelly. Really, I do.
Well, we'll see how that pans out. Keep checking TMZ.com. Moving on to Cate Blanchett. She claims no one really got paid anything for Lord of the Rings, which is so wild to me because those movies were, I felt, high budget. I mean, the graphics alone were so ahead of their time. And mega stars were in this movie.
Were they mega stars before this movie?
I mean, everyone knew who Elijah Wood was, right? Before. I mean, was this his main role? For sure. But I mean, he was a child star from like the 90s. Like, everyone knew Elijah Wood.
Yeah, you're not going to pay Elijah Wood child star oodles of money.
Okay, Liv Tyler. She was already in that movie, Armageddon. She was always already a famous actress.
Okay.
Anyways, Cate Blanchett, mega star from the movie. She was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and here's what she had to say.
What film that you've done gave you the biggest paycheck?
Oh my God.
I'm assuming, okay.
No, you say, you go.
You
no,
say
you say, no, you go.
Well, I think it's probably Lord of the Rings.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, really?
No one got paid anything to do that
but
movie.
Did you get a piece of the back end?
No.
What?
That was way before any of that. You know, no,
So what was
nothing.
the movie that was your
I wanted
biggest-
to work with the guy who made Brain Dead. I mean, I basically
Right.
got free sandwiches, you know.
Oh, no. And if you remember, a while back, Orlando Bloom talked about this. He was on the Howard Stern show, and he said he only made about $175K for the movies. This just blows my mind.
Wasn't there multiple Lord of the Rings? Were they not in
Yes.
the second one?
Yeah, they were in all of them.
They must have got paid for the second and third
I think she was only in a couple. I don't remember she was in the Fellowship of the Ring, the first
Isn't there
one.
only 3?
Yeah, there's 3.
I'm just not buying this.
You really?
No.
Why would they lie?
If she was in the second one,
Well, I don't remember which one.
and she's
she was in.
Cate
She was-
Blanchett.
She was the queen that like was this queen witch. Did you watch the movies?
No, of
Oh my
course
God,
not.
iconic movie.
Lame nerd.
Okay, have you seen any?
No.
Okay, you've got to see them, and then you'll be like, I'm hooked.
Okay. but
They're so good.
if they aren't making money by the third, that's on them then. Because Harry Potter, what they were getting like millions of, like they got like $50 million.
Right.
Come on.
But I feel like I remember even Twilight, the Twilight series.
The first one.
Yeah, they did.
But
make a
after
ton,
that-
but then they started racking up the
Yeah.
money.
I mean, it makes sense if they didn't get paid for the first one.
It's just crazy because The Lord of the Rings has such a cult following. So it's like, and it was based off of books, right? So you know there's already a built-in fan base. So you would assume everyone's going to come see it regardless. Like you already know there's like guaranteed box office hit there.
I want to know.
Wait, what? All three of them?
All three. What's Cate Blanchett in the first one?
Our producer is saying they were filmed at the same time. So, anyways, shocking to me. All for free sandwiches. I mean, I used to do that at a tanning salon. I felt like I wasn't making enough money, but I knew a guy down the road worked at Quiznos. He would give me free sandwiches. So I'm like, oh, it makes the job a little bit easier. Yeah, I know. Today in history. Melanie, why are you making that face? You love free shit.
I love free shit, but I wouldn't work here for free sandwiches.
You work here for free, basically, Mel.
That's true.
All right. Today in history, it is International Cat Day.
Cat Day!
Yay! Shout out to the most loving cats, Pretzel, Brother, and Bonnie. Sorry, the other two are kind of new, so I forgot their
I
name.
don't know why you call them brother and sister.
I know. Well, they're brother and sister. They came as like a bonded pair. They're super sweet. Today in 1960, Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini was #1 on Billboard. The singer was Brian Hyland. Yeah,
cool.
that was a jam.
Yeah.
Today in 1969, photographer Ian Macmillan took one of the most famous photographs of all time, the cover of the Beatles album Abbey Road, when they're walking across the road. Iconic photo.
Cool.
Have you been to London before?
Never.
Oh, well, when you go next week,
Yeah.
you can get your little photo crossing Abbey
You
Road.
know I am.
Oh, I love it. Love to see it. And then this day in 1988, gangsta rap hit mainstream with the release of NWA's Straight Outta Compton.
Okay.
Iconic. Couple birthdays today. Roger Federer, the tennis star.
Oh.
Shawn Mendes, Megan Good. And also it is the birthday of coins, U.S. coins, because it was established by Congress on this day. I hate coins. You ever use change?
Of course.
I hate
save those
change.
things right
Do
up.
you really?
I turn them in.
No way. Are you that person picking the penny off of the ground?
Absolutely.
Oh, no. I
Give
can't
me
be
the
bothered
money.
with that. Weighs
I
me
drop
down.
a nickel, I get it.
Oh.
Somebody drops a nickel, I'm diving for that thing.
You know what? I appreciate it. I appreciate your honesty. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.